Good morning, everyone. In Ephesians chapter 4, verse 2, the Apostle Paul wrote, "Be always humble, gentle, and patient. Show your love by being tolerant with one another." When I was around 20 years old and Amanda was a baby, Annette and I took her to a nursing home to make a visit, a couple of church members. And there was a mother and daughter who lived in the same room in the nursing home. The mother had a very sharp mind. The daughter, however, did not at all. She had hardening of the arteries, and she would just gush over Amanda and ask, "Is it a boy or a girl?" And we'd tell her. A few minutes later, she'd say, "Oh, is it a boy or a girl?" And she'd do that 20, 30 times. We would answer her every time. And then she would look out in the hall and she'd say, "Well, there's cows and pigs and chickens going down the hall. You ought to see them. They're all out there in the hall now." We'd look and there wasn't anything out there, not even a person. But she had quite an imagination and could not remember from one second to the next. Now, we were tolerant with her, but we were only there for a few minutes. Her mother lived with her, but her mother was very, very tolerant with her. After we'd been there for a little while, her daughter looked at her mother and she said, "Mother, we need to leave." She said, "What do you mean?" She said, "Well, we've been visiting these nice people long enough. They probably have things to do. We need to go on home." I know the mother had to get frustrated sometimes, but she never showed it. We found it amusing at times, but couldn't show that either. Instead, we all showed our love by being tolerant. In Colossians chapter 3, verse 13, Paul wrote, "Be tolerant with one another and forgive one another whenever any of you has a complaint against someone else. You must forgive one another just as the Lord has forgiven you." Have a good day.